What's going on, everybody? I'm now live. Finally. Took me dang near forever. Anyways, so tonight I want to talk about the everything you need to know pretty much about webcam modeling, about what exactly you need to buy, what websites you need to go to sign up, just everything. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to let me know. Please like and subscribe. If it's not your first time, then I appreciate you coming back. First off, you're going to need a webcam, but you can actually get by with a cell phone. You can start off with your cell phone and eventually work your way up. Uh, I did, and I know several people and that did. In fact, I know several people that did and got major porn contracts. And they're doing really good. I feel like I'm doing pretty good, and I started with my phone. I mean, I did finish third place in the King of the Year contest just yesterday. Thank you, Mini Vids. But in the beginning, when you're first starting out, the resistance is going to be the greatest against you. Everybody's going to tell you you're not going to make it and you're going to fail. And I have to admit, I thought I was going to fail too when I first started. And honestly, I don't know how I continued on. There for a while, I didn't think I was going to make it. We'll just say hey in my chat. But yeah, so the next thing, if you have a cell phone that has the internet, then you're doing good. I mean, that's all you really need is a cell phone with the data connection. Um, I was buying I was buying the net. I think it was Net 10. I don't know what it was. I'll have to come back to that what it was later. But I was buying the little data cards every I don't know 2 3 times a week. I was spending I think it was $12 for five gigabytes, or it was $12 for 4 gigabytes. And if I went ahead and did an automatic refill, they gave me 5 gigabytes for $10 and like 90 something cent. Out of those 5 gigabytes, I usually brought in. Now I spent $10 or $11, and I ended up bringing in around $50 to $100, and I would burn that card up within about 2 hours. um, you always got to spend money to make money. I don't care what they say or who you are. You've got to spend money to make money. That's all there is to it. Uh, but the point of this is you don't need to spend too much money. There is stuff that you sure don't need. For instance, I purchased several things. Like, I really didn't need this tablet. I had a laptop. I mean, that's one thing. I didn't even need none. I mean, I didn't need to upgrade all my computer screens. I sure didn't need the best camera right off the bat. That was one of my mistakes. I went in. The first upgrade I got was my webcam. I went to the C, which wasn't an expensive one. I went from just my basic laptop cam. Well, first from the cell phone cam to the laptop cam. From the laptop cam, I got a Logitech C19, C19, 619, a C619. And from the 619, I jumped to the C920. I wish I would have done my research, because the C922, which is the webcam that allows you to not have a green screen and still give the same effect, that was only about 10 or 12 more dollars on Amazon or eBay or something. But I was buying it at Best Buy because that's also where I got my streaming computer at. But so I ended up spending, I think it was all in all for just for both of the cameras, because I bought one and then within a week I broke it, and so I bought another one, and within a week I'd spent around $200 because at that time the C920s was going for 129 and the C619s was going for the I think it was like 49 or 59. I think you can get them now for about $29 for the C619. The 922 or the 920 C920, it goes for I think $69 now, but the 922 goes for 76 to 86. So if I was to get it, I would shoot for the 922. That's definitely all you're going to need. This is what we're reviewing right now is actually the 920, and to me and everybody else, they tell me that it works really good. I think it looks great, and um, most of the people out there that are doing really bad in webcam modeling, it's not they don't have a good camera or they got horrible connection. You have to have great connection. You have to have a great camera. I mean, a good camera if you want to be successful. I mean, do you have to have that just to make money? No, you don't. You can make money doing anything on the cam, but why do you want to do just anything? Why won't you just want to do something that you love or something that you're good at? Because if you do something that is you and truly you, then people will come back to you and people will notice that you are the real deal or you are not just saying stuff, to make money and then jumping off. I've seen that so much. It's really gives models a bad name, but it is what it is. Anyways, moving on. So the next thing that you want to purchase or look into purchasing from after you get done with your webcam, you probably want to upgrade your computer, depending on if you have a computer or not. I recommend one with a graphics card. That way you can stream. Um, also, if you do have a decent computer and you want to hold back on that, the very next thing that you need to do is focus on your background. Your background is everything. My background right now is cluttered up. Really, this is not how I would go live if I was going to make money. Would it matter? I mean, would I still make money with this background? Probably, but it's not like very eye pleasing. I kind of made that background just to show you guys what it looks like and what the viewer sees. And in your mind, is that just too much? I think it is. You don't want as little as humanly possible, basically. Like as clean as it gets, or if you don't have it clean as it gets, you want it very dim lights. If you have dim lights, then you can't see much of the edge, and it brings more focus on you. The more blurry you can get the behind you, which is that fisheye lens. I don't use it personally. I tried it. It's not something that I like, but you're more than welcome to give it a try and let me know how it works for you in the comments. After you get your background the way you want it, you can start with lights. Lighting is very, very important. That's probably before, if there's one thing that is more important than light, and that's going to be your angle. The angle of your camera is everything. The angle of my camera right now is way up high. It's the highest I've probably ever had my camera up. I was just testing it out to see how it looked. And I thought, why not go with it? Lord, I need something to drink. Excuse me. So, if you, for lighting, you're wanting to get it as true as you can to daylight. In fact, I have some bulbs right here to go over with you. I think that is everything. Everyone, yep. Okay, the first one here I tried was the LED, and this one was I don't say, I think this was the LED True Light or something. Oh, shoot, what was this one? LED True Bright or Sun Bright. What's going on, Janelle? And then it it makes a more of a I don't know, a fluorescent type light. I would say mixed. It's not very good for sunlight. It's not true, really true light. It's LED. And then I tried another LED. This was LED daylight, by the way, and it wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be. In fact, it was very, very dim. And then I tried the LED True Reveal, which was a really good one, actually. I liked it a lot. It actually was pretty close to daylight. I mean, it did brighten up the room, but whenever you're using a green screen, none of those that I just showed you works. They all create. This one is just not bright enough. The regular LED, and then these two create such enormous hot spots. It's not even funny. And then it brings me to these two bulbs. This one actually came with my green screen lighting kit. It's super bright. It's pretty close to daylight, but it also requires, you know, three other type of lighting stands. And if you're buying lighting stands, you're getting into some money. But this one right here is a very cheap one, and I was able to get this one for pretty. I was able to get a set of these for I think it was $3 or $4 at the dollar store. I'm trying to see, I can't see this writing here because my lights are not bright in here today. So this was the closest I could get to the sun. It does make a little bit of a yellow tint, but I felt with all of them together, it pretty much does the job. Right now, I'm actually using a blue light bulb that is an LED blue light, and that's what's shining on me right now. I have one lighting stand up, and that's shining over here, and that would be this one. Whenever we got all four lighting stands up. Lord, it gets so hot in here you can barely stand it. But that's the only lights I have on. Besides, I have a pink light right here. It's one of those remote control lights, and it helps with just different type of things. Let's getting back on track now. Lighting was the last thing we went over. So you basically, to sum that lighting part up I just talked about, you're wanting to get as close to the sunlight, natural sunlight as possible. If you can at all just open a window shade or raise the blinds, or even open a door and have a screen door. You know, that would be the most ideal setting for it. As long as the sun is not directly shining through that, like at the a right angle to where the actual sun's hitting you in the eye or something, it's gonna not be good. I mean, you ain't gonna be able to see the screen. There's so many possible things that's gonna could go wrong with the sun in your eyes. You know, you're always a naughty girl, Janelle. You know you're gonna get punished. Anyways, moving on. So the next thing that I purchased was a microphone. And I did that backwards. I do believe that I should have purchased the microphone first, possibly, especially since I do the YouTube thing too. But I also messed up, and I purchased. I didn't buy a plug and play mic. I bought a regular studio recording microphone, and I didn't have a sound card or an amplifier or the condenser. So, or it had the condenser, but I just didn't have the amplifier and the sound card for it to actually run enough without power. I would have to get another power box, and that would transfer the digital signal or whatever. So I was like, yeah, so much easier just to get a plug and play mic, and that would solve a lot. Because I mean, I had so much trouble out of getting that microphone to even like it was just everywhere. I mean, it sounded crap. There was just so much bull crap to it. I didn't like. I definitely was just fed up with it by the time I sent it back to Amazon. And then let's see, I bought some screens. You know, that's just me personally. You don't need to buy screens. I cam on multiple sites sometimes at the same time, and it does help me a lot. If you do use an external encoder, it definitely helps to have two screens at least. I'm sure you don't need as many screens as I have on right now, but everybody's got to start somewhere, whether it be on a cell phone, a tablet, a laptop, or even a desktop. It doesn't matter what the gear is at the time when you start. You will gradually progress in time two more. You will gradually progress in time to better cameras, better lighting, more equipment, or more equipped for streaming purposes. A computer that's more equipped for streaming purposes. I mean, just start. That's where it gets down to. Most people don't even start. They think about it, they talk about it, and they want to do it so bad they can't stand it. But they never start, or they sign up and they just never hit go live. You can't go anywhere if you don't hit it. If you don't go live, you can't. You know, people's not just gonna send you money for nothing unless you're me, and they do that a lot. And that's because I mean they're my slaves. They should. That's how I found this article that I really liked on FetLife. It says, "Do you want the struggle or the surrender?" That got me thinking, and I'm, my goal here is to get you thinking. What do you like? You know, do you like the struggle of the point, all stuff that leads up until the surrender, or do you like immediate surrender, like an instant sub? The instant sub, the willing servant, the helpless slave, the little girl or boy who just wants comfort and authority, intimacy for them. begins after the dynamic is established. The sub craves, rules, and structures. The masochist wants to be hit nonstop. The toy, the puppet, just wants to feel powerless and played with. When I read that the first time, I thought each thing it said, the instance of the willing servant, the helpless slave, everything, each time I read something like that, it reminded me of one of the customers that I dealt with or I came with, and they just flashed in front of me, and it was like, whoa, now it hits me, like that's what they was, that's what they wanted, or that's what this person wanted. And at the time, way back when I started, I was like, I never knew that. I mean, gradually you have to learn, or you never get better, right? People, they want the struggle, they need it. For some, the moment the person gives in, the game is over. But for other people, I mean, these people might be subs and slaves and servants too, but they want the moment of surrender, not the moments past it. And they want the moment to be worth it. They crave the tease more than the effing, the wrestling more than the final pin, the bratting more than the punishment, the battle of the wits, not the mindlessness. One of one who gets beaten to a pulp. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Some people love triumphing over their partner, then flaunting it in their face. I know I do. That's just me. But at the same time, I love the struggle as well.